Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. It's Flippin' Friday, and Flippin' Friday, as you know, I believe this is number 2. We're going to do fold up flip downs today. But as I mentioned previously, I wanted to put a couple of idea books together using Corey Dahman's flips, flaps, and folds, and also her scrapping or scrap busters. That's what it is. So I am doing Flippin' Friday and Scrappin' Saturday, and yeah, I decided to go with one collection. And oh gosh, I don't have the paper pad out here at the moment, but it's a Floral Geo, I think. I think this one's called Floral Geo, and it is from Hobby Lobby, from the paper studio. So this one is super easy and fun, and some of these things, it's like, why didn't I think of that? Or maybe you have thought of it. It's just another way to do it. So I have my little booklet here, and if you want to see how we made the booklet, you can look at the first episode, but I'm going to put that aside for now. And I have a couple of pieces of coffee dyed paper that I'm going to use, and I know I made the booklet white, but I want this to be able to stand off the page, so that's what I'm doing. Coffee dyed paper. I've got a half sheet of 8.5 by 11 vertically and horizontally cut in half. So this one is 8.5 by 5.5, and this one is 11 by 4.25. And that's what we're going to use. And basically, you can do these however you want. Now this one's a little shorter, so I'm probably going to do it in thirds. And this is going to be a fold down. So there's no exact measurement for doing it. I'm using this as a straight line edge, but not really any specific measurement. And wow, I did pretty good on that. Pretty good. Okay, so that's just in thirds. So basically, the way this gets attached to the page, and I am going to have to figure out how I want it, because it's too big to attach to the page here. This was last week's, where we did the little wraparound pockets, and we did the little flip up tucks where you have journaling spaces under here, and then when you close it, the tag holds it down. But on this one, I think I may have to come in here and trim. I think I'll trim 1/4 inch off. Only because I want it to fit. Now you could put it on a page like this, but the idea is that you take the top piece, you're going to attach that there on 3 sides so that there's a pocket here, and then you'll be able to open this out this way. If you want to, you could glue it this way, and then you'll be able to open it this way. But I want to do this on this page. Is this the right? Yeah. I want to do a top one and a bottom one. So with this one, I am going to trim it down just 1/4 inch. And I'm just going to leave it folded, maybe. There we go. See if that, yeah. And then I'll just put it along the edge, and then that will be able, you can do flip up, but I want to do this one as a fold down. And then I'm also going to take my little piece, which I didn't measure that one at all correctly. Maybe I was going to do it in 4s. Let me get another piece of that before we do that. But I would want to trim 1/4 inch off, because I made this 1/4 inch smaller, so now it's the exact same size. What? I could go ahead and use this one and just decorate it right like that in the middle. Okay. In fact, I think I'm going to do that, because that way I don't have to waste another piece. Now this one is our 4.25 by 11. So I'm going to fold this one in half, and then I'm just going to fold this to the middle, and then I will fold this. Now see how I'm going crooked there? I'm going to pull that over a little bit. I must have gone crooked with the first one. Let's use a bone folder, shall we? Sometimes you get better results with the bone folder. And then I'm going to fold this one down, and it's not you know, exact, but that's okay. I know what I did when I was cutting these. I did this one in thirds and this one in fourths when I measured. It should have been the other way around. That's what I get for trying to pre-plan. Well, that's okay. I can trim this one down, and I think I'll go right about there. Where's my pencil? There it is. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to wing it, which you know me. That's not my style. So I think I'm going to cut it there and put it flush with that. So let me trim that off. There we go. Okay, so let's get some glue. This one is going to be a flip up, so let's see how I want to do that. Yeah, so I will be attaching this to the page, and maybe it's just easier to do it that way, because if it can get confusing. I want this to be a pocket, so I'm going to flip it up this way. So I want this like this. This piece is going to go on this side, and that way I won't get confused again. Now, I know I said I'm keeping these somewhat simple. I may come back and add more embellishment. We'll see. I'm not sure exactly. But I'm just going to center that right there. I would prefer not to ink and sew and that kind of thing, because I want it to be easy enough to stick to. Alright, so now I've got there. Now I'm going to put my thumb where I don't want glue, and I'm not going to go all the way down because I don't want this piece to be glued down. I'm only going to glue this last little piece, and I'm going to do along that piece so that this can release from there. Okay, and I'm going to put that about the same distance from side to side, left, or from the bottom and side to side. That's what I was trying to say. Now, right, okay, so this is the tricky part. So now I have a pocket, and I have a flap that folds up. So this is our flip up, and this is our fold down. So let's take our fold down. You could, in fact, maybe I will. You could make this a belly band, and that would be easy. And then I can stick something else in there if I want to later. So I'm just doing the sides and center top to bottom. Now you'll notice I haven't glued it to the page yet, and that's okay because I haven't, just in case I want to trim something there. There we go. Boy, my paper's flipping all over. Okay, what do I do with my scissors? What do I do with my other scissors is the question. My medium. There we go. Okay, so now we want this one to flip down, and that's basically the whole length of the page. So this will be, you could do this either way. If you want this to be a flip up from the top, you can still do that, but I want it to be a flip down, and it'll be a tuck underneath. So I'm going to flatten that with my bone folder, and I am going to, let's see, how am I going to do this? I want it to come this way, so that goes this way, and I'm going to put my thumb where I don't want glue. Okay. I don't know where I learned that trick, but thank you, whoever I learned that from. Possibly Gail. Gail was the first one I started watching, and then Shell Radcliffe I started watching, but I think actually how I got started in journals was Nick the Booksmith. I was looking up something, how to rebind a Bible or something, and I came across Nick the Booksmith, and then, you know, then Gail, and then Shell, and then the rest. And I did a little trip down the rabbit hole. Okay, it's not exactly lining up the way I want it to. There we go. All right, I'm just lining that up with the top. And so now, for the moment, this one doesn't need anything to hold it down. This one will, because if I stand it up. So I am going to use a paper clip, but later when we get into the clips, I'll probably put something decorative there. Okay, so there we go. That is our fold up, and easy to use with leftover digitals. This would be great. I'm using coffee dyed paper and scrapbook paper, and flip down. So all the information for Corey's series will be in the description box, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Friday.